Okay, the first video worked. We're on page 137 here. This is the homework that I assigned, and some of you were having a problem with the benchmarks to estimate. So while the first video is uploading, I'm going to do the second video here. So I helped you out with the rounding in the end of the last video, but benchmarks to estimate. So remember, we're talking about increments of 0, 25, 50, 75, or 1. And so here's the first one we're looking at. We're looking at 0.34, 0.1, and 0.25. Well, that's an easy one. So let me get a sticky note here. And I went ahead and made my own number line, but let's just go with this really quick here. I just want to show you something. So I'll just go with 0.34. Okay. And here's 0.1. And then here's a 0.25. And so I made my own number line, and you guys can do the same thing. Or if you want, you can just flip back on this, go to the previous page, and look at this, use this. I mean, this is increments of 5, just like I've done mine here. So 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, here's 25. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, all the way to 75, and then 1 or 100. And that's what I did here in mine, and the graph paper that I've got here. So 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, here's 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 75, and 1. So these are the ones that we're talking about right here, 0.34. So let me grab a pencil. So where's 0.34 in the number line? Well, here's 25, so this would be 30. Here's 35. So 0.34 would be right about here. 0.34, okay? And then 0.1, well, where's that? So here's 5, 10. Okay, so 0.1 would be right here. 0.1. And then 0.25, well, that's right here. That's easy, okay? So I could put another little dot there, 0.25. Okay. So what is 0.34 closest to? These are the ones we're looking at. We're only concerned with 0, 25, 50, 75, and 1. Look at each of the decimals that you're given and see which ones they're closest to. Okay. So 0.34, is it closer to 5 or closer to 25? Is it closer to 1/4 or 1/2? Well, it's closer to 1/4, so this would become 0.25. Okay. 0.1, what's that closest to? Well, looks like it's going to be closer to 0, so we just call that a 0. 0.25 is 0.25, and so you add those up. Is that what we're doing in that first problem? I'll go back and look here. Yeah, we're adding. So what's 0.25 and 0.25? That's going to be 0.5. So an estimate would be 0.5. All right. Number 5 here. Let's look at that one. Use benchmarks to estimate. They don't tell us to estimate if we're estimating to the ones place, the tens place. I would go to the tenths here, I think. Yeah, gosh, yeah. Who makes these up? I don't know. Anyways, so let's do with 0.39 and 0.28. Let's just deal with those two. Come over to your benchmark. 0.39. Well, here's 0.25, 3, or 25, 30, 35, 40. Well, if this is 40 and this is 39, so this would be 0.39 right there. And 0.25, well, it's 25 again. That's easy. 0.25. Okay, so is 39 closer to 50 or closer to 25? Well, 39 is going to be closer to 50. And 25 is 25. So what's this going to end up being here? 0.75. Okay. So let's kind of keep that in mind here. We go back to our problem. So if these are going to be 75, 0.75 is an estimate, and then 4 and 0 was 4, so 14.75 would be a good estimate. Okay? So hopefully you guys understand using benchmarks. 9, 10, and 11, same way we did these two here. It looks like 12, 13, and 14, you're also going to be using benchmarks. Let's do 11 together. Okay? Now let me pick a harder one. Let's do 10 together. Okay? So let me get another sticky note. And I can put it right by my my number line. I'll use a different color this time. I'll use blue. Okay, so we got a 0.12 that we got to figure out, and a 0.52. All right. So here's my benchmark that I'm using. 0.12. Where's that going to be? So here's 0. Here's 5. Here's 10. Well, we had one earlier that was 0.1, so this is 1.2. This is going to be just past it. And I'll put a 0.12 right there. 0.52, well, if this is 5 or 50, this is 55. So 52 would be right about here. Just draw a line so I'm not confused here. 0.52. So 0.12, what's that closer to? Is that closer to 0 or to 25? Well, not by much, but it's closer to 0. All right. This would be the halfway line right here. Anything to the right of that would be closer to 25. Anything to the left of that would be closer to 0. So 0.52, where's that? Well, that's obviously closer to 0.5. And so an estimate for these would be 0.5 or 0.50. So keep that in mind. We'll go back to our page here. And what were we doing? We were doing 10, weren't we? Yeah. So this would be 0.50. 5 and 8 is 13. There we go. There's our estimate. Okay. So you guys knock this page out. I think I told you guys to finish the whole thing. Maybe we should look at this next page. How are we doing on time here? Yeah, we got about 3 minutes left. Try to keep the videos, fairly short here. Otherwise, they get you guys don't watch them all the way through. You just look for the answers. I know how it works. I was in school once. All right. So number 17 here. It says, wait. I'm going to end the video. I'll do a third one. I'm going to end this real quick.